Hey, what's up, everybody? It's ET, and we're gonna continue working on our game. It's called Sand City right now, but that name should change sometime soon. Maybe on my next big picture update. Alright, so let's see if I got everything. I'm gonna pop out my chat, make it a little bigger, and zoom in it a little more. Okay, and test. Sweet. Alright, so I got that, I got my chat, and now we're going. 30 seconds in. Alright. So, yesterday, yeah, we optimized some code and we tried to fix the movement. We still having some problems with the movement because we have like a capsule character and one little line checking if we're on the ground. But the thing is, if you move around and there's like this big like conal shaped hole, your character could get stuck in that hole and your character will think he's not on the ground. And the thing is, when your character is not on the ground, you don't have control of the character's movement per se. So you can't get unstuck. Because if you're jumping in midair, you can't really control your movement. So it thinks you're in midair when you're stuck in that hole. So just something we gotta fix later. And we're gonna do that by adding some more ground checks, I think. So you can see if he has access to like maybe the two legs or something. Anyway, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. Today we're going to be making some content, some graphics. I'm thinking we're just going to make some more sandcastles. And yesterday I was just looking on the internet trying to find pictures of like sandcastle molds and stuff and sandcastles and seeing if we can just kind of copy some of those things. So I have OneNote. I don't know if I have like my stream to set up for OneNote, but we'll see. If not, it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, those are my class notes. Let's go to game projects. Sandcastle Defense. I think we talked about this a while ago. Alright, so here we go. Molds. Nice. So here are some of the things I'm going to be looking at. Thinking maybe a simple bucket. Just kind of fans out a little bit. And it's flat at the bottom. This is an interesting castle. These three things seem to be a very typical set, like this little castle like this, a square castle, and with trellises, I think that's what they're called, and then this little wall. And then I saw this cool little unique set. Oh, and I'm going to try to start with the simple stuff. So I definitely want to start with simple bucket, and I think I'm going to start with the pyramid, just so I can get some feel for it, some confidence, and then I can start building the other stuff. So I'm going to try to do this from simplest to hardest. So if I had to do that, I think it's going to be this bucket, this pyramid, probably this ruin, this mine ruin, and then I'll choose from there. Because these little like divots and everything, that seems hard to me, but maybe it's not hard. I'll figure it out. So here we go. Let's start with the simple stuff. Molds. I'm going to need 3D Studio Max. And let's make some stuff. Num num num. Now I gotta figure out how to do this. Should I just keep 3D Studio Max here and a mold and my picture on the other screen? Or do you guys want to see it? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or maybe I could take like a picture of it and then just put it in 3D Studio Max. Yeah, I might do that. Just so we can have something to compare to in the program. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. So while that's loading, I wonder if I could just... I'll snapshot some stuff. Snippet! Snipping tool! We're going to make a new snip, a rectangular snip. Yeah, but I actually want to do the snip. I'm just going to this simple bucket. Bling! I'm going to save that. I wonder... I don't know where my stuff's set up at. 3D Studio Max? I don't think it's in there. Come on 3D Studio Max, where are you? Here you are. What's your project folder? Because I want to put some stuff in there. Where's project folders? Under manage? It's under, what is my current project folder? There we go. Under WBB Unity 3D Studio Max. Okay, so let's kind of go there. Or should we make a new... I'm thinking. I'm going to try to make a new one. I hope it's not crazy, and hope it doesn't add too much. So we're going to manage. We're going to set a project folder. We're going to put it in our test stream assets. Or do we need to put it in assets? I'm going to look. Alright, so I'm going to go to Unity. We're going to go to test stream. I think I might do that. Put it in the assets folder. That way, we had direct access to all our files. I just worry that Unity might try to import a bunch of stuff that it doesn't need to. Yeah, okay, I don't want to do it. Let's do test stream. We're not going to put in the assets, but we'll put it in a 3D Studio Max folder here. So we're going to make a new folder, 3ds Max. So this will be our project folder within test stream, but it won't be in the assets folder, so it shouldn't grab all the extra files that we save in here, like the images and stuff. I'm hoping that's the case. Okay, so now that we have that folder, we can go back to Snippet, we can save, we can go to Documents, we can go to Unity, we can go to Test Stream, 3D Studio Max, and we should have like scene assets, images. Alright, cool. So this would be KL, Sandcastle. We did 0001. Is that all we did? Gosh, I don't remember. So we did 0001, 02, I think. I think we did 02, so let's make this 03. Sandcastle 03. Alright, and let me do a little more cleanup before we start. Documents, Unity, I think it's in the WBB Unity, Assets, 3D Studio Max. I see I hit a lot of those things, and that's why you, what you call it, wasn't picking it up. So these, yes, these sandcastles I'm going to steal. So I cut them, go back to Unity, Test Stream, 3D Studio Max, Scenes. And I'm going to paste them here. Cool, that's what I want. Alright. Okay. So we have our old sandcastles. So before I even start the new one, I just want to see if I can open up an old sandcastle. I have my 3 old sandcastles. I can open that up. Beautiful. Okay. Let's reset the scene. Let's make a new one. And this new one's going to be Sandcastle 3. I'm going to make a reference plane. So this is what I'll do. Just make a plane in the front view. I just need to be 1 by 1. Should I make it 40 by 40? I'll make it a little bigger, and then we can scale it down, like 100 by 100. Awesome. I'm gonna move it towards the edge of this plane. Before I do, let's zero it all out. 0, 0, 0. Let's move it towards the back here. Oops, I hit the wrong. I just want this little arrow. So the back here is about 70. Okay. So let's just put it to 70. Okay, so here's some things I like to do with my reference plane, besides locking it, which I'll do in a second. So, oops. You see I was trying to hit the M key, but not there. Here's our slate material editor. I'm going to just grab the material from here if there's anything. There's nothing. Okay, I'm going to make a new standard material. This is what I'm going to do. Open it. It's going to be 100% self-illuminated, so that it needs no light and it's just a bright picture. The texture, I think I can just drag the file in. So if I go to 3D Studio Max, images, scene assets, images, I think I should be able to just drag this in here. Cool, so I got my picture there. And I can put this in here somewhere, just like the diffuse, I think. Or is it the ambient? I think they're both locked, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in both. There we go. Alright, so I got this picture as basically the texture. No, no specular, no glossiness, no softening, just none of that. And I think that's all I want to do. And then I'm going to assign this material to this object, and I'm just going to drag it from there to there. How do I view textured stuff? Or is it right? I forget. Display selected, stylized, materials, enable transparency. Man, it's been so long since I used 3D Studio Max. I'm trying to remember all of this. Are you frozen yet? I don't think I froze you. I mean, the preview looks good. Can I change it to like a different shape? Just to make sure. Yeah, like box. Yeah, see, that preview looks fine. And then if I drag that here, maybe I say assign selected. Nope. What's all this? Lock, 100% illumination, 100% opacity. Is it something to do with this? Nope. Alright, I just feel like it's a setting, and I don't have my settings set up correctly. Okay. Let me figure it out. It's cameras, orthograph, no, it's got to be one of these options, or maybe one of these options. Active viewport, disable view, view cube is okay, steering wheel is okay, X view. Ooh, I do like show statistics. That's just something else. How many polys and verts we have, but that's besides the point. Let's keep going. This plus sign, and Alt W is to maximize that. So I'm going to do that too while I'm here. Maximize the viewport. Anything about textures? Anything about textures? Someone give me a texture. All I want to do is see the texture. Oh, here we go. Materials. Shaded materials with map. Definitely want that. And also, I'll do the realistic one. I think you can just change them. Oh, it gives you a choice. I'll do shaded. That's fine. Alright. Thank gosh. So here we go. We have a nice reference plane. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the front right quick. I'm going to try to make this isometric, just so it's exactly parallel and everything. Orthographic is what they call it here. Okay. And if I don't mind, I'm going to grab one more plane or box or something. Let me go back to home. Let's see. I'm going to make a plane right here. 0, 0. The only reason I'm doing this is because I really want to get that that 90 degree. How do I do like kind of a oopsie. I really just want this to be 90. I think I could just do it like here. What was it? This Y? Yeah. Y. Can we flip this on to 90, please? Thanks. So, okay, we go to front. We go to orthographic. And then, now if we start moving this around, oh, you can't even see the plane. Well, maybe if we shift our view just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. I know it looks really wonky, but at least now we got an idea where the center is. So we got the center. We go to the front. The front. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted the whole time. I didn't even need to do that whole plane thing. Okay, fine, whatever. Alright, go to the front, however you do that. And I want it orthographic, please. There we go, it refreshed. Okay, so here we go, that's exactly what I want, these grid lines. I want my bucket to be center of the black lines and touching the black lines. Since it's kinda, I just want it like this. Alright, so there we go. I'm just trying to center it out. Not that it really matters, but if I really want to make an exact duplicate of this, this is how I do it. That's fine for the right. You should be at 70. Okay. Go back to home view. I think we're set up now. So this is my reference image, and that's what I'll name it. Reference. Well, this is actually a reference plane. And I'll call it front. Reference plane front. So now if we can freeze it by going to properties. Typically this option is set up so if you try to freeze it as is, it will make it gray, and that's no good. But yeah, you can select it here in the selection pane, and you can say show frozen in grain and uncheck that, and now you got that. So now you can't select it in the scene accidentally, and now it's there forever, and you can kind of work around it. So awesome, we got our reference plane set up. I won't explain that every time we do this. I just want to explain it the first time just in case you're following along. Okay, this is just a simple cylinder, so I can do this easily because it's a default shape already in 3D Studio Max. So here we go. Let's get that started, shall we? I'm going to create a cylinder. Start it here in the beginning and move it up. There doesn't seem to be any specific shape to this. It might fan out a bit, so I might give it two height. So this is one height, just nothing in the middle. This is two height. You get that line in the middle. How many sides do I want? How many? Like, if I do it all the way to 4, it'll be like a diamond almost. 3 is a triangle. 4 is a diamond or a square. 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe 8's good. Maybe 12. You want it low enough, and keep an eye out on your polygons. That will tell you. Yeah, if you hide the reference plane, this will give you a more accurate count. So you have 38 vertices here, 72 polygons. Is that a lot? I don't know. Say we wanted to keep this under 100,000 polygon this whole game for like the mobile platform. We could do that. Well, alright. Just say we had these things for some crazy reason. Say the whole environment is done in 50,000 polygons. So we really only have 50,000 polygons of objects we can use. That's not even good. Let's do 25,000. So if we had 25,000 polygons and we had 72 polys, how many of these could we have? We have 347 of these on the screen without it like slowing down too much. I know 100,000 might be a little way too conservative, but I think it's a good number, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing. So maybe I can lower that a bit. So if I just lower the side by 2, we get wait, is that right? Is this even moving? Oh, I don't have it selected. Oh, it's already created now. Alright, so now I gotta go in the modify area. So if I did it by 2, now we have 62 polygons. So if we had 25,000 polygons to play with, 62. Now we're up to 400 something. So, you know, it really matters. It gave you like 50 extra objects right there just by lowering it by 2 sides. And the quality doesn't look that different. But if once you start getting to like 7 and 5, like the quality does matter, but you get a lot more per. We just about doubled it because we went by half. So yeah, this is actually pretty linear, I guess. So every time you go up 1, like starting from 5, we'll say it'll be linear. So if you go up 10, you'll lose half your objects, right? So, but if you really want that quality, you should do it. I think 12 is good. It looks round enough, and it looks great. Alright, let me show my reference plane again. Cool. So I'm going to go to that orthographic view, and now we can kind of just do everything from here. If you hit Alt-X on the object, it becomes an X-ray object, and we can just play around from there. So I'm going to scale this just down a bit, just so we can get the edges here. Awesome. I think the fan out is going to be like right around here. I know it doesn't really fan out. So I'm going to hit Edit Polygons. I'm going to grab this this is what's called the loop. So that whole area around here, this is a loop. So we're going to go ahead and grab this loop, Z, grab that loop. So you can click one of the edges and then you hit loop and it grabs that whole loop, and we can move it down some, like right here. Alright, and we'll do two things. Right there, I guess. We'll scale this whole loop so that it matches this. We're a little off-centered, but that's okay. We just kind of guesstimate it. And then we're going to grab this loop by clicking here, looping it. Can we loop it? Nope, we can't loop it. The other thing you can do is select them all like this, and if you grab too many of them, you hit Alt and you get that little minus arrow next to your cursor, and you can select just these guys. Now you truly only have those guys down there. And you can scale this out just a little bit further, so it does kind of fan out the way I have it set up here. So there we go. A cylinder comes down. It's not completely linear. It comes out a little faster towards the bottom. And that is basically our cylinder shape. Nothing fancy about it, but at least it's there, right? No problem. And is that truly 28 polygons? Oh no, that's how much I have selected or something, right? Wait, I'm so confused. Why did it say 70 something? What was I thinking? What was happening? Who knows? Not me. So 28 polygons. Man, we're gonna have so many. We can have so many of these cylinders. 25,000 divided by 28. Almost 900. You can almost put 1,000 of these on the screen. It'll be all right. But typically, I'd say no more than 50 will be on the screen at a time of this particular shape. Cool. Cylinder set. No special materials or anything are on it. I am happy with that, so I'm going to save this as Sandcastle 03. And yeah, I'm thinking if I should name them. I really should just name them. I think I'll name them when I export them. So I have it selected. I can go. Oh, before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this as Sandcastle. Not even Sandcastle. We'll just call it what it should be. Playing Sandcastle. I'm going to group it, and it's going to be in a group of its own. And it's going to be Sandcastle 03. All one thing. So the group itself is what will, and I don't want to select children, so that's okay. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I got the group. Do the thing everyone doesn't want me to do, including myself. Moving the pivot point. Wait, why is the pivot point all sorts of off? Let me undo this. Select plain castle. Select this whole thing, actually. 0, 0. I'm okay with the Z, but if I zeroed it out, yeah, undo. 0, 0. Okay, at least I want to add 0, 0. Okay, so now if I affect pivot point only, not on you, but on you, I want you to be 0, 0, 0. And I also want you to rotate 90 degrees. So this is up, this is forward, and this is to the left. Awesome. People hate that I do that, but I do it. And that's just for preview's sake. Okay, so I'm going to save the scene again. I'm going to export this. Might help if I select something. Export selected. And it wants to put it in 3ds Max export. It's fine, but I just want to put it straight into Unity. So I'm going to go test stream, assets, models, Sandcastle 03. Sandcastle 03. That's it? I guess so. Okay, Sandcastle 03. Unity, no animation. Oh, I said I was going to put the name of it. I don't know. I should have just... I can't make up my mind right now, so maybe I'll just have a list somewhere just saying what each number means. Sandcastle 03, Unity no animation, okay. Then we go to Unity, check out our models, Sandcastle 03. I wonder if I can pop this out somehow. Oops. Can I pop out the preview? Or if anything, I can just make it really big and then you can see it. So here we go. This is what we just made in 3D Studio Max. It's just a cylinder, but at least it looks good. It's at the right rotation and it looks fine. So cool. I wonder if I could like double click it. What happens when I double click it? Tries to open up in Visual Studio, doesn't it? So in Visual Studio, this is what it looks like, and I don't know how to edit stuff in Visual Studio like that, but that's okay. What else could I do? Sorry, I'm just thinking. Oh, there we go. Preview came out here. Now I can show you there. But if I really wanted to put it back, could I just drag it back down here? Actually, it'd be nice to have it up here instead, right? Sorry, just playing around, trying to figure out how to get the preview in and out. If I just close it, it just goes away and comes back where it belongs. That's fine. I like it. Okay, so we made a Sandcastle 3. Easy cheesy. No, po-peasy. No problems. Alright, let's make a pyramid. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as Sandcastle 04 and work on the pyramid one. I'm only saving it now because I have a bad tendency of hitting Control S to save stuff as I work, and if I don't set the name first and then start working on it, I always save over my previous work, and I get so mad at myself for doing that. Alright, so we don't need this guy anymore. Reference point is now going to be a different image, so I'm going to just open up our material editor, which I have down here still. I'm going to delete this one. And we're going to make a new capture from here. I'm going to work on the pyramid next, so let's just get this guy. Yeah, that guy. How do I move this thing down? There we go. Oh, and yeah, down here I have a picture of an entire castle that I found online, and all the stuff I found online on Google Images. I just kind of stole it. So yeah, might take some of that too. But let's see how much we did. We did 27 minutes already. Jeez. Okay, so asset creation definitely takes time. Let's steal that pyramid right there. Cool. And we'll just call this Sandcastle 04. Okay, Sandcastle 04 is now an image. You can just go here, dump it in there. Map 2, and we can just dump this in this guy, ambient, or ambient, when I'm sure just do diffuse. Oh well, I'll pick it up one day. Alright, and then you should be the pyramid. Excellent. Oh, I guess another thing I didn't do with the old scene, so I'm going to save this because that's working so far. Let's open up scene 3 right quick. I didn't really check what size this is, so what I'm going to also do is I'm going to create another box. For now, just be anywhere. But what I'm really going to do is make it 40 by 40 by 40. And I'm going to zero it out by putting it 0, 0. I'm going to make it, I don't think I'm going to make it an X-ray. Can I make it just like a wire or something? Can I make it a wireframe? It's frozen. You can hide it. I can make it not visible. What if I not renderable? No. I was just gonna see if I can make it like some kind of wire frame thing. See-through is cool. Display as box. Maybe that's what I want. And that way, at least it's just a box. Okay, we're going to call this a unit box. Basically, it's just 1 unit by 1 unit in Unity. And if you really want everything to be within that 1 by 1 unit of Unity and scale from that, just use Unity scale. That's how we can do it. Just have a unit box and make sure everything kind of falls in there. And I think that's how I'm going to do it. So I have this box. It's a unit box. It's not renderable. And if I go to properties again, I'm going to freeze it. And hopefully it doesn't go gray. Nice. So this purple box is now my unit box. I have to do the same thing in the other scene. So okay. We can see it's a little too big, especially if I go to orthographic view. I can go ahead and scale this down a little bit, just so it fits. Cool. So now it's definitely within the unit box. If I look at the top view, those vertices should just be about, and it's not an exact science. I'm not going to make it like have to fit within this box, but just as a general rule of thumb, I want this object to fit within the 1 by 1 box, so I can do the scales all in Unity. Alright, cool. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to export it once more. I wonder if it changes the scale in Unity. Let's figure it out. So no animation, just because I scaled the whole thing. I wonder what happens in Unity, because I want to reset that if it is scaled. So okay, say I take my Sandcastle 3, and oops, it was importing while I tried to drag it, and I'm trying to drag it into the wrong scene anyway. Alright, let's go here, let's go to player, and let's kind of, what am I doing? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Sandcastle 3, it's scaled, so we need to reset the scale. So right now it's 0.81, 0.81, same as here. So if I hit scale, you can see it's that 81. So we can reset that if we go to here, and if you say reset scale, did it reset it? I don't think so. Maybe I have to affect pivot point only and then hit reset scale. Affect object only and reset scale. Or affect hierarchy only and reset scale. Or do I just select like the sandcastle and reset scale? Come on, peeps. Someone help me. What's going on? There's a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. Come on, peeps. Why is it not working? The other thing we could do is just redo the group if I screwed that up. So let's do that. On group, regroup, Sand Castle 03. So at least this thing is now, yeah. This thing's now at 100, which is 1. Oh, but I bet if I open the group and check out the scale, oh yeah, I can see that scale's off, and I can reset the scale. You have to open the group to reset it on the plain castle. Okay, I think I got it all. I think it's all reset. Okay, close the group, export it once more. Sandcastle 03. Okay, did we get it? Did it happen? Sandcastle 03. Oh, we didn't rotate the pivot point, so it's at the center. But at least the scales are now 1, so that's great. Don't forget to rotate the pivot point. If you want to, you don't have to. There's no, oh, and move it to the bottom. Move it to the bottom and rotate it 90. Nice. Alright. Save it. Export it. Select it. Sandcastle 03. Yep. Okay. Done. Done and done for that thing forever. Plain castle. Perfect. That is what we want to see. And it's a 1 by 1, so if I created a cube next to it, and I'll undo all this. Oh. The cube next to it is huge. Am I doing it wrong? But that was 40 by 40, right? But obviously this is so much smaller than this. Unless it's all like... Alright, let me look at the top view. Give me a nice orthographic view. Oh. Oh, yep. You see it? I think it is okay. It's because if I drag this on top, it fits perfectly. You see, it is, gosh, yeah. That was some eye tricks. The top doesn't match, but the bottom matches perfectly. And I was getting all worried. No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. Cool. Alright, so that's working great. Let's go back to Max. Okay. The scene is wonderful. It's good. Let's open up the next one. I almost want to just recreate the next one just because we did some stuff on here. So I deleted it, and I'm going to save this as scene 04. And scene 04, we're going to delete that. We're going to go to the materials. We're going to delete this bitmap. We're going to go to our images. I'm going to kind of just resize and put it down to the bottom here. We're going to take this 4, put it there. Take this 4. You only have to put on the defuse, and that works fine. Close this out. You got our pyramid. If we really, really wanted to do something, we could. No, we'll rescale it later. There's no reason to like have to worry about scaling stuff right now. Although we should move it some, I think. Oops. Can I move it? Nice. Well, while I'm moving, I can scale it too. So we're going to go to an orthogonal view. I'm going to try to just put it here in the box. Not really. Almost have to rotate it, right? Almost. Anyway, this is just a reference. We don't actually have to go by it. Just use it as you need. And because I'm doing that, I'm just going to be totally anal and move this above the plane for no reason. I'm just being anal for no good reason. Okay, let's create a box. This box is going to be a pyramid. So what we do notice is there's a little like fanning out action going on at the bottom, and we'll worry about that in just a second. First, I just want to create the pyramid, and then we'll make the fan out part. And it's beveled edges, so and I didn't really handle that in the other one, but I might handle it here. Breakfast. And it's 12:30. Gonna have to have lunch pretty soon. Alright. So this is the easiest way to do it, I think. I'm not going to worry about any of the dimensions or anything right now. I'm just going to do this by eye. You have a polygon, it has 4 vertices. There's an option in 3D Studio Max, collapse, and basically that takes anything you selected, all the vertices that of whatever you have selected, it's going to collapse into one vertice. And so I think that's what this does. Bam. And you got your pyramid. So cool. So we got a pyramid. Let's make this orthogonal. Let's set you at 0, 0. And so front, yeah, side. I'm gonna make you a little bigger. And I'm gonna bring the point down just to the top here. So you, okay. So technically, if we're trying to keep it very low polygon, we're done. Trying to see the stats, like what's it doing? I don't need my unit box right now either, or my reference plane. Yeah, that's 5 polygons, which is nothing, right? It's a little spike. But we're going to give it just a little more definition. So because of that, I'm going to go to the bottom. I'm going to select it. We're going to grab our verts down here. We're just going to scooch it up just a bit so we have some room to play with, and then let's scale it in a little bit. Alright, so we have a little room to play with at the bottom of our box, right? But before I even play with the bottom of our box, I'm going to grab my edges, make all those 4 edges. Oh, another good feature to put on your reference plane, which I didn't, is if you double click it, I think, or double click that. Go to the properties of it, basically. Backface cull, which means, like earlier you saw I could see behind the image, but now if I go behind the image, it's just blank, which is awesome. So you can work behind your images without too much problems. Okay, so these edges right now, this is a very like soft edge. This is a very hard edge. So what we could do is we have them all selected. Gosh, I think it's chamfer. You see how chamfer kind of like splits that edge into 2 edges, and you can play with that setting. So if you do 3, you get that. You still get that kind of hard edge, but then you also get a nice softer edge towards it. So this smooths it out, and the more times you chamfer, the smoother it gets, right? So that kind of looks really good. I don't know what it's doing up here. It's making a triangle, but the rest of them are quads, which are great. So, oh, right quick. Triangles are polygons at 3 points, and quads are polygons at 4 points. And you really want everything to be between those two. Actually, you probably want them more to be quads than triangles, but if you have to have a triangle, that's fine. The cylinder has an n-gon on it, and an n-gon is just something any more than 4 sides to the polygon, or 4 vertices to the polygon. So the reason is, at least one of the reasons I can think of, is when you're doing smoothing. So even if I didn't do that, undo. Like if I left it at 3, right, it's kind of hard. But if you apply a smoothing to this, so if you're doing rendering as opposed to like in-game objects, you do turbo smooth on it, right? And I don't know if this is a good example or not. Anyway, the more you smooth, the more you can see that like as long as you have quads, it smooths very well because it's kind of like an exponential function. So if you have something like this, like a square, and you smooth it, instead of this, it becomes like an exponential, like this, like a circle. Like so, you have this, but then it kind of curls in like that. So as long as everything's quad, it has a nice algorithm. So if you have this, it smooths it perfectly. But if it's not a quad and it's like something else, like an n-gon, it has to like triangulate and smooth, and it gets the smoothing doesn't look very good at all. So quads is the way to go, and that's why when you see like 3D models and everything, everyone's like, make sure it's all quads, no n-gons, no triangles. And so that's the basic of why you want all quads. And you see the reason it kind of curled up at the bottom is there's only one ledge here. So basically the smoothest point from that ledge to that ledge is kind of like this exponential circle thing, and then it goes to this edge. So if I do the smooth just one more time, you see how it kind of is curling in on itself. So it needs another like quad or 2 below. Otherwise, it's just this kind of circle at the bottom. Anyway, that's what I know about smoothing. Cool. So this is a 32 by 32 polygon now, well, minus my reference plane and my box. So I definitely always got to subtract 6 for sure, because if I add 6, this is now this is another whole 6, right? Does it? Alright, that's the actual unit box. Poly 6, it should be 24. Oh no, it's 18. I'm subtracting 12. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess it's getting the backsides too. Interesting. Oh. I guess by default the box has an interior and an exterior, so like it has, I don't know, but it's definitely double. And the reference plane, 2, right. Crazy. So the default object before you make it an editable poly. So I bet you if I make it an editable poly, it becomes 19. Weird. I didn't know that. So it's two-sided every polygon. So you have to have two different polygons. Interesting, interesting. I had no clue. Alright, so subtract 2, 12, 14. Every time you gotta subtract 14. So if I have this box, my pyramid, subtract 14 and that's what I actually get. That's my actual number. And so, or I could just uncheck these two and it'll subtract 14. So let me just do the math. That's 22 minus 4, 18. So it should be 18 polygons. Yeah. Weird. Okay, I'm done. I'm done messing around with numbers and everything. That's the technical side of me. Let me try to get the artist side of me going. Okay. So we got our smoother pyramid. Now that we have our smooth pyramid, I'm going to go ahead and make this just a little bit. I'm going to bevel it. Oh, and you see, this is an n-gon. What's down here? You can tell. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sides to it. Yeesh. That's why it looks kind of funky down there and why it smooths really weird down here. Okay, but I'm going to just select that polygon. I'm going to go to the front side or whatever, or the back side. Either way is fine. Make it orthogonal. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to inset or outset really. I'm going to click this. The outset, or look, the inset and outset kind of do this. Inset brings it in, and outset brings it out. Oh, I guess you don't outset. Okay, so you don't outset. We're just going to extrude then. Extrude. I'm going to extrude 0. I'll extrude like 0.1. Check it, and I'm going to scale it out. And actually, do I even have to do extrude? Can I do extrude 0? Extrude 0, check it, and scale it out. Perfect. So it looks a little wonky now, and I understand that we don't want wonky. So go to the top, hit Z to zoom in. Just see if you can get it to fill that area the best you can. About there. And then we're going to extrude this one more time. So let's go back to like this, hit Z, extrude with the settings, and I actually kind of want to be, let's be where the action's happening. Extrude it to there. Something like that, right? Like that's what we're looking for. So there we go. We got a little lip to this pyramid. And so if we kind of look around it, lip might be a little too big, but we can fix that. And if we really, really wanted to like make it a true mold instead of the pyramid, we could change that too. But I'll save that for next time. But basically all we do is we inset it a little bit and then we extrude it inside. And that would be it. So that looks pretty good. Alright, let's truly get a feel for our what am I trying to say? Our unit box. So I'm going to disable this reference plane for now. Alright, so we can see it's a little low. We can grab these verts, bring them up some. I just want to fill out the box. Oh, and before I do that, let's see if we can. Are you at 0, 0, 0? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Take these verts, bring them up. Whoop. Cool. These verts look like they fit. Let's go to the left and right side. Like those verts don't seem like they fit, so I'm just kind of scooch them in a bit, and maybe they'll be a little off, but no one's gonna notice. Just a few point decimals. Okay. If you think the lip looks a little thick, so if we look back here, and honestly, this pyramid's a lot flatter than typical. So I'm gonna just get close to here. Oops. How do I like slowly drag stuff around? Okay. Anyway, the lip is it's not that far out, I don't think. So we can do that by doing that ring thing again. So select this, a loop. I'm sorry, loop, and then you can scale it out just a bit, like right there. And that should be it. That's our pyramid. This is a tall pyramid. You can definitely scale it down a little bit, but I just wanted some kind of pyramid shape, and this is going to be it. So cool. Name it something important. Pyramid I'm going to group it by Control G. No, couldn't be that easy. Select. Do I have it selected? I should. Select it. What command did I undo? Redo. Yes. Okay. I guess I unselected the pyramid. Oh, I'm still in edit poly mode. That's what's happening. Alright, and then group this. Sandcastle 04. Uh-huh. If you know what to do. Julie J! Hey man, sorry if I missed you earlier. I was so into making pyramids and stuff. Alright, so I got the pyramid. We're going to affect the pivot point. We're going to bring it to 0, 0, 0. Let's go home too. Show our reference plane. Yep. Alright, so we got our reference plane, our pivot point. Bring our pivot down to 0. Oh, it's a little shifted to the left too. Let me figure out why. Affect pivot point. Let's move you just a bit. Okay, and affect pivot point just down. And let's make you 90. So the green arrow is up, the blue arrow is forward, and the red arrow is your left and your right. Alright, cool. And that is a pyramid. A 3D pyramid like the picture we have. And we can save the scene, export the object, Sandcastle 04. Cool. Alright, let's choose another complicated one. Let's first check to see if that other stuff worked fine. So Sandcastle 04, if I expand it, we see it's a pyramid. So I can click on here. I'm gonna leave that cube there just so we can compare it. So I'm gonna just reset the position 0.5. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just bring it just a little bit in front of behind the player, just so we have something to look at here. I know this is gonna be completely silly, but that's okay. I'm gonna make this cube a different color, just so I know which one that's not the real cube. So where's the colors in here? Materials. Let's choose this turquoise color. Alright, so we know that's not the real cube that you get to push around. So back to my models, Sandcastle 4. So I know it looks a little off, but if you put it on top, you can see that the dimensions are, this is a unit 1x1 pyramid. So that looks great. Okay, cool. So we have a pyramid. We have a plain cylinder castle, which is this guy. I'll just leave him in the scene. Why not? So this pyramid, this cylinder, kind of fans out at the bottom. So let's make our next sandcastle. So if we go to Notepad or OneNote. Alright, this is where I'm kind of struggling. I don't know which one to do next. We got this one, we got this one. Let's do, I guess, this one? This one's just boxes, so it should be a little bit easier. Let's go for it. So I'm going to snip it. I'm going to save it. So what I'm going to do is try to just design it without the beveling first. So the beveling is at very nice smooth edges around the, it's going to be, I'm going to have the very rough edges. And then we can bevel them later. So, okay. I have an idea how that looks. Let's bring it up in 3D Studio Max. I'm going to save my next sandcastle so I don't save over this one. So this is going to be Sandcastle 05. I'm going to delete this. 54 minutes? Damn, time just flies when you're having fun. Okay. Sandcastle 05. Bring the texture to the diffuse, and we're done with that. Our reference image is there. And let's just start working. Let's see if we can get this one done, and this will probably be my final sandcastle of the day. Okay, so here we go. That's our sandcastle. We're going to start with just a square base and kind of work our way. I don't know if I should just make it one object, or if I could just go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. Let's make it just one object for now. So we're starting here. I'm going to build these sections. I know I don't have a good way to reference it, so I'm just going to say I'll say this is 25% or a fourth of this. So I might just do that, build those two blocks first and then work my way up. Okay, so we're going to start with the box. We'll make it a big box for now, and then we'll scale everything down later. So this is our box. Oh, and yeah, let's see how far. You know what I will do? I kind of just, what am I trying to do here? If possible, I'm going to make you transparent. I'm going to move you kind of in the same orientation that you are in. We're looking at you kind of like this, right? So if I could just move you up for now. Yeah. Okay. But somehow I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to basically get this cube to match that perspective. So it's definitely a little like, it's more like, gosh, I'm not good at this at all. I don't really want to do all that yaw and roll. I just want to do a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe a little more like that. Yeah. Can I make it bigger? Alright, something like that. Let's bring you out some. And then I can bring you up some. Orthogonal too. I know this is a perspective view, that camera, but I'm just not feeling it for some reason. Alright. And this is only so I can get the height dimensions. That's the only reason I'm doing this at all. I'll bring it back to where it needs to go in just a sec. So here's the bottom. So I just need to match that bottom corner. Something like that. Something like that. It's not perfect. All right, so I'm bringing you down. So that's the base height, about. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this. How do I duplicate stuff? Edit, duplicate. Is there a duplicate function? Clone. Yep. Give me an instance of that. Let's bring you in, and let's just bring you up. Oh gosh, I'm off. I'm off my rocker. Can I scale? What am I trying to do here? This is what I'm going to do. Screw moving the boxes around. The boxes are, you know, they're themselves. What I want to do is I'll move the reference image around, and that will give me a good estimate. So alright, you got this. Alright, first mission is to kind of match the perspective. So it kind of has a, what's this angle? Almost a 90-degree angle. I mean, that's the perspective I get. Maybe that's not exactly what's happening. So something like that, right? And then I can take this reference image, kind of match it here. So is that about the right angle? I think so. And I'm going to put this back. I kind of just want to see what I can do here. The angle's too steep, I think. So let's go ahead and rotate you. Or do I rotate you? Then we can just kind of keep you always at the camera edge. Yeah. Yeah, that feels good. Alright, alright. So let's scale this down a little bit more. Move you in. Oh wait, no, you stay back, but I need to move you down. and to the this way, whatever the this way is. Still need you to be a little bit smaller. I'm trying to get accurate heights. That's all I'm doing, but I need to get the perspective right. So let's move you down just a bit. Something like this. Okay. So right now I'm just going to get the height of the base, which if I scale this down this way, should get just about there. So that's the base. And then I'm going to get, if I do a control, what was it? Clone is control V. Alright, so like paste. Control V. If I scale you down, I don't want to scale it just this way. And scale you up. Something like that. That's your tallest piece. Yeah, I know it's a little off, but something like that's your tallest piece. And then you can work your way in between, and I'll just do that right quick. Control V. Nope. Work your way up first, and then we'll work our way in. Like that. And I think I get one more level. Yeah, still maybe a little too high, like right here. Really, I should be using these lines. Alright, so this is the base. Something like that. And then one more, Control V. Something like, let's get in. Get in, get in, get in. So I have no idea. Is that it? Probably. Close enough. I'll even it out and it'll look fine. Okay, let's move our reference plane back. You were at, who knows what you were at? I definitely know your rotation was 0, 0. And X is, what happens if I do 90? Oh yeah, it's not, so it's definitely 90. Your movement, I'm sure your Y was at 70. And everything else was at 0, I'm pretty sure. But then I like to have my objects kinda above the plane here, so that's what I do. Okay, so there we go. We got our reference image and we got this. Okay, so reference image looks good. Our unit box is still there, and we have everything kind of within the unit box right now, which is nice. Where are we at? An hour and 3. Let's start working on it. So I'm going to select all of you guys. Oh my gosh, what is this circle thing? I want to select as a square. And I'm going to take all X. So now we got this. I'm going to even it out just a bit so I can see the middle layer is kind of fat, and or this is kind of skinny. But how do I make it not that way? So scale 30. Maybe if I make them everything 30. 30. 60. 90. 90 is going to be too high. Let's, if we got to really do this in fifths, this should be like 75. This should be, I could have just done this with numbers, huh? Oops, wrong one. Said wrong one. This could have been 50, and this could have been 25. Like that is the truly the 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe that's what they're going for. Oh, but the other scale is this way. So if you're, yeah, if you're 25, 25. Oops, I see I did not do that right. You should be 50, 50. Yeah, numbers are so much easier. 75, 75, 100, 100. And that looks pretty close to that. Alright, these are just my references, so I'm just going to take you, make you gray or see-through, and I also want to freeze you. Is there a shortcut for that? Tools, edit. I don't know. Let me just use Google right quick. if you do not mind. I'll bring it over here. 3ds Max shortcut freeze. Alt F? Is that a thing? 1's okay. 2 through 4. Alt F. Alt F. Nope. Fine, whatever. I'm just go properties. It's fine. I don't need to waste my time here. Alright, so now it's frozen. I can't do anything with those, which is great. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this one object and kind of make it this object. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to waste the polygons that are being used at the bottoms here. So let's do that. Edit poly. Take a polygon. Let's inset. What happens if I do... Oh gosh, these numbers don't really match up to what I want to do. Let's get a good top view going, and let's see if we can just make it match. So you're good. Okay, we'll say 5. 5 is good. Then we'll extrude. Let's get a good side view here. Extrude. You guys are like instances of that object I see now. So I'd say a good 30. 30, is this moving? I don't think that bottom one's moving, so I'm okay. 35, is that a good number? No, 37? 37 for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to take that as good. Now back to inset. That option should be pretty good. I'm just going to go for it. 5, extrude, 37. Oh Lord. Okay. Then inset one more time. And then extrude one more time. Alright, cool. So now we have this one shape. And there's less polygons and everything, so that's great. And then we can stop editing this poly. We can take these 4 boxes and say sayonara. And now we have just this one. It looks a little square to me. And maybe that's because of the underlying box. Yeah, it's not perfectly squared. So let's make it perfectly squared. Gosh, I worry if I mess with this, everything's going to change. If I made you 40 by 40 by 40, and then I moved you to 0, 0, you fit pretty well, and I appreciate that. That looks pretty good. And everything's a box now. Cool. So there we go. That's our basic shape. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of scale this in. Scale this up. Because there's more to do. You got to make the stairs and everything. Okay, so the stairs are going to exist from here down to here. And we got to do that for each edge. So that's going to be crazy, right? I don't exactly know what to do here. Inset looks pretty good. What I might do though is undo that, grab you and you, and maybe the inset will be even better. Yeah, like that's not bad. I wonder though. I gotta do that for each one though, so I wonder how that's gonna pan out. The underside's gonna look like a mess, but that's okay. No one's gonna look at the underside. So inset. Yeah. Oh no, but it all has to be. I mean, it's coming out. So if we want that staircase to come out like this, that'd be great. But that's not exactly what we want. I can just cut slices, and that might be what I do. So if I get a good top view and a nice orthogonal top view, if I just grab you guys, not quite an inset, but if I did the other thing I was thinking of, like if I grab you, so this is a ring. So if I grab these two and I hit ring, that's a ring of, so instead of a loop, this is a ring. Okay, so that's a ring of edges, and then we could do, is it chamfer? No, chamfer goes with it, so we don't want a chamfer. We want more of a connect, I guess? Yeah. And we do a double connect. What's the pinch? And what's this? Slide. Okay, so no slide, no pinch for now. Okay, so there we go. We got the edge, and I'm going to do the same thing for this edge. And then we'll do the connected as well. Okay, so now we've introduced a couple more loops, so we can grab this loop. And I'm going to try my best to make it right. So we're going to make it planar, and we're going to make it planar the Y direction. And I'll do the same here. Loop, make it planar the Y direction. So it makes this like really wide staircase thing, which might be perfect. Select, first we want to get the loop, and this time we want to make it planar to the X direction. And we're going to select this loop. How do we, yeah, loop, and you get this X direction. So now we got these new polygons that come up perfectly right. So that looks good. And we need to make stairs out of them. So how do we do that? I'm going to say we just grab, I'm going to just try one edge. If it looks like I'm doing the right thing, I'm going to go ahead and grab each one of these staircases. I think we just do an extrude. And we kind of push it in. Yep. That seems about right. I don't know if I like it very much, but if I kept the edge about there, and if I pushed it down just a bit, oops, am I not doing what I wanted to do? Yeah, like right there. And I think that's basically the big staircase, and then we gotta kinda like carve out another stair here up to there, and I think we can do that by, gosh, just moving that edge down. Maybe we'll figure it out. I think this is the direction I want to go though. But if I put that edge down here, we need another edge here so it stays. Goodness gracious, this is hard. This shape is definitely a lot harder than the other ones we had to deal with, but no worries, we'll definitely get through it. Alright, so that's what I'm going to kind of do. I'm going to extrude that shape. I don't know if I should just extrude these shapes. No, I should get everything. Alright, cool. This is how we're going to play it. We're going to get this, 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 and this. And we'll just extrude it. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but that's how I like it. Alright, so extrude. Just make sure we're just extruding the right way. Let's get up in here. I need to bring it down just a smidge, so let's just say 5. That seems to be the number of the day. Did I get it? And then we're going to move it down just a little bit. something like that. Alright, so we got these kind of stair looking things, but now we need to basically carve out another stair out of here. And to do that may require some work. I know I gotta do the stairs, but I just really want to work on the door for some reason. Because I know how to do that and I need the confidence right now. So here's the door. We're going to do a nice connect across it. Yeah, we just need to do one connect though. And we'll just hit OK. We'll move this to where the door needs to go, so about 75% up here. So about, like, the door needs to be about that high, I guess. And then we're going to select where our door should be. So we got all that. We'll scale it. Yeah, scale it to the Y and the X only. So we got that Y. It looks pretty good. Let's do the X. Pretty good. Does that look about the right door? I think so. And then I'm going to select it. I'm going to OK. Oh, it's already OK'd. I'm going to extrude it just a bit. This one I only need to extrude like 1 or something. Yeah, one might even be a little too much, but that's okay. So there we go, we got the doors. So that door should match that door-ish. They might fan out a bit, but that's okay. We won't do that here for today. Or will we? I don't know. I haven't decided. If you want to fan them out, you can just select these top polygons. And so we got the top polygons. You can scale them just a bit. Yeesh. Oh no, you gotta choose just like 2 of the same ones right quick and scale them down to Y, maybe a little bit in the X. What is going on? Alright, you just select each one individually and scale it a little bit. I don't know why it's like squishing. It's not doing its business. Alright, you scale it in the X, right? It's like squishing though. Why is it squishing? Alright, the other trick is you hold down hold down Control and you'll get the selected vertices. It's still squishing. Oh, scale and squash. That's a problem. I don't like that at all. Why would that be an option? I mean, I know why it'd be an option. So we don't want to squash for sure. Yeah, I would just choose 2 polygons and scale in that one direction. That'd be the best thing to do, like that. And kind of just do the same thing here, like that. Okay, so now the doors kind of come to a little angle, which gives it a little more character. Alright, back to the stairs. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what to do. Because if I just bring this edge in, it's not going to be right. And let me show you why. If I bring that edge in, it just makes it a slope. And we don't want a slope. We want it to come up to here, fall down, and come out to here. So that part is right. We just kind of need to add one more edge around the whole thing. definitely quads. I wonder what happens if I try to turbo smooth this. I'm just curious. Fun. Not quite that shape, but it's taking form for sure. Sorry, I just wanted to see that. Alright, I totally closed everything out. Okay, let's keep it going. I know I've already been doing this for how long? An hour and 20 minutes. I really want to finish this one though. If I can finish this one, I'll feel complete. No. Alright, I don't know what to do. I gotta figure out what to do. I want to make this a step. You see, if I would have made this a half a step, I could just extrude the rest of it. So I feel like that's where I made a crucial mistake. Like if I made this half a step, I could have just inset it and then scaled it out a little more. And that would have been perfect. I guess it's not too late to do all of that. What we're going to do is just take you and take you. Kind of do the same thing we did with the door. Scale you this way. I guess if we get the verts, scale you in just so you're halfway, about halfway. So me doing that, what happens? You are now halfway to the point. I don't know what these vertices are, but should they be moved? Gosh, that is one confusing polygon. Crap. What do I really want to do here? Yeah, because there's like a hidden polygon within each of these stairs, and I don't like that. I like it to the point where we did the connect, and that was nice. But then after that, I think I just took it too crazily in the wrong direction. So if you don't mind, we're just gonna hurry up and redo this. How we're gonna redo this? If I don't do that, okay, yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna duplicate this. Duplicate this box by V. I just want an actual copy of it, not an instance of it. I'm going to delete the edit poly, start a new edit poly. I'm going to take you, make you transparent, go up here, but we're not actually using you, we're going to be playing on you. Stop doing that. Hit this. There we go. Inset is going to be, what, 5, I think? Was that the magic number? We're going to do 5. Yep. Extrude. Or bevel. Maybe that's what we want to do. Is that what we want to do? I think the magic number here was 37. No, we don't want to bevel. We just want to actually extrude. I think 35 is better. I don't know why. I just feel like 35 is better. It's a more simple number. Inset. Yep. Extrude. 35. Yep. Inset. 5. Extrude. Yep. Alright, so we got that part down. We can delete our buddy here, box 1. Alright, our top. We're going to get some edges. We're going to connect these guys. So connect. Just a one. Give me 2 edges. Perfect. You connect. Give me 2 edges. Perfect. Loop. Y. Loop. Y. loop x loop x. I'm going to save it at this point. Alright, so we got our nice cuts and everything. Let's go ahead and see if we can't make this work better in our favor. So we got this guy. Say if I just took you, not the bottom part of this. If I just took you, extruded you, instead of to 5, which I think is your, but I made you 2.5, so that's halfway. Okay. Love it. So now we got the first part of the step. So if I look at my reference image, yes, it kind of comes out and then goes back in. So we're going to do that same. So we got the first step. Now if we take this and we inset it, but we just don't inset it much. Just like that, we scale you down to like 50 if I can do that exactly. Trying to get that number at the bottom to match 50. 50. We move you down. We move all of you down to here. Yeah, and then we extrude you one more time. So now the outside at least looks like it has the steps. I feel like it's not doing it much justice. I feel like I'm not insetting enough. So the steps really look good, crazy, or I'm just too tall. I think I'm just too tall. I bet if I shrunk this down. So my only issue with this is if I was to make this a mold, the mold would not look like this. And is that a problem? I don't know. Yeah, I don't like how that next step looks at all. At all. Darn it. Darn it, man. Undo, undo, undo. Is that as far as I can do? That's okay. Don't save this. Let's open up Sandcastle 5. Okay, cool. And this should have all the cuts. Alright, so I didn't really like that method, so I definitely think it should be extrude all of them. Something like that. There's just going to have to be some kind of hidden polygon or something, unfortunately. Alright, let's extrude that to 2.5. That is it. Before I start doing everything else, I'm going to try to see what happens. Okay, so I have this. I want to make another stair here. What would be the best thing to do without creating too much craziness? I think I'm going to inset first at 0, scale it, but just into Z. Move it down a little bit. I'm just getting their operations first. I'm going to undo some of this. Then extrude it one more time. It's just too much invisible polygons under here. I don't know. I think I'm going to have another connect around the whole thing. So undo, 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 undo. So let me think of it backwards. Right now, if I was to take this entire thing, inset it, yeah, you know what? Like I wouldn't even put all that extra work to inset it. Like I would just kind of come up here a little bit, and I think I'd do something stupid like that, so that the mold would look like this, and so the inside of the mold really doesn't matter. Like, hey, that's my mold. Yeah, that's probably how I would do it. I wouldn't actually get too crazy with it. So that being said, I don't know. Come on, how much? Hour 30 minutes? Come on, this castle is kicking my butt. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you just need to take a break, I guess. This is how I'm going to do it. Since it's two different steps, I'm gonna connect each of these edges one more time. So I'm gonna take you, you, and you, and connect. Just once, like that. Perfect. I'm gonna extrude both of y'all once, and then extrude just the bottom one more time. That's how I'm gonna do it, and that's how it's gonna have to be. Oh, can I just do it? Maybe I just do the whole thing. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking. Something like this. Yeah, this could be it. This could be it. Make you 2.5. Yep. It sounds good. So now at least we have our connects. Everything looks good, and we can at least extract you one more time. You know what? I might just be lazy. We'll leave that bottom polygon there. It won't be perfect, but it will save my sanity, and I think that's what's more important right now. Extrude you one more time. Oh my gosh, okay. You got the damn stairs. That's so good. Sorry, I'm getting frustrated with this thing. Alright. We're going to connect this. Where's my connect? Connect that. Yep. I'm going to move it just a little higher so the doors can be what they need to be. We can scale the doors. Let's do that from the top view. Alright, maybe not the top view, but kind of top view. Let's scale you a little bit this way and scale you guys a little bit this way. So we kind of get this nice. Those doors look even? Alright, so I'm going to look at it from here. Yep. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Maybe this is a little too wide. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Extrude it. But let's just extrude it by like 0.75. Nice. Close it. Oh, well, before I even extrude it, I actually wanted to scale the doors a little bit at the top. Or maybe scale it at the bottom. Yeah, fan them out. Uh-oh, did I click some weird edge that I wasn't supposed to? Alright, so make it a little bit wider. A little bit wider. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, now we can extrude these doors. Alright, extrude these doors a little bit. Awesome. Alright, so looks like we're getting there, right? This is our castle. Kind of looks like that castle. It's in 3D. It's all hard edges right now. I don't intend to make him soft edges right now just because we are running out of time and running out of polygons, quite frankly. It's a lot of polygons. I mean, not a lot, but for a little sandcastle? Come on. Alright, so we got the sandcastle. Looks good. Might give it the lip, because the lip's important. So we can do that by selecting this thing. I think we can just click this and hit grow a few times. Doop, doop. I didn't like that last one. Shrink it. Let's just grab these two. These two. These two. These two. Alright, so how am I going to do this? I'm going to extrude it at 0. Let's scale it just a little bit. That scale's not doing so good. Grab the vertices of what I just did. I don't like what I did. Let's get past the extrude here. Alright, let's go back to you. Is there any way I can... Oh, maybe I have an idea. I can just extrude you straight down to like maybe 0.5. Was that enough? Maybe 1. Okay. I'm cool with that. Then we're gonna make this loop, I guess. Come on. You're gonna make me select all of that? Alright, fine. So we're gonna let's get to the first person view. This thing doesn't want to cooperate with me. Well, in fact, if it's gonna make me do all that, I'm gonna undo the extrude. Extrude, extrude. Alright, I don't know what grip visible means, but we're gonna extrude it one more time. We're gonna go a little heavier. I can see it's like not exactly flat, so I'm gonna make it flat on the Z. Nice. I'm gonna grab all these polygons. I'm gonna extrude it from here. There we go. That looks awful for some reason. I mean, all that seems just about right. Let me see something. I'm gonna delete this. There we go. We got this like perfect inside the look border. That looks fine. I don't know if we need these polygons. I'm gonna delete the things we don't need. Yeesh. Or maybe I needed that last one. Yeah, we're going inside, and we're seeing what's needed and what's not needed. Yeah, I better not delete anything in here. Who knows what mysteries they hold. But I did want to delete this whole border and just cap it off again. So we have this engon under here. And I know it's not good to have engons, but I think if it's under here, no one's going to look at it. I think we'll be alright. So we're going to extrude here. That looks fine. I grab these polygons. Oops. Undo. Alright, that's extruded. We're going to make it flat on the Z. In fact, I kind of want to make this guy flat on the Z too. Everything's flat on the Z. Let's go ahead and grab you, extrude you. It's like locals maybe. Oh yeah, that kind of looks better. I just want to kind of give you a lip. Yeah, that looks better. I don't know why it's bulging like right here, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain too much. Let's make it just one. Alright, and then I'm gonna scale it down. Just so, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Just a Z. Oh, something, am I doing something? Scale and squash, I hate you. I hate the scale and squash. Hopefully I could just click U and hit grow, grow. Yeah, that's what I want to do, and scale all of you. And then I'll bring it up. Nice little lip. Bring the lip up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, let's look at it from a left view. Like, I kind of just want it to match. Yeah, like that. Perfect. Alright, we got a lip. Thank God. Alright, so we have a lip. We have the stairs. I didn't do any of the softening of the stuff. That's okay, though. We have this crazy Engon. We could clean it up later. We don't need to clean it up now. I'm just ready to put this in the completed pile for now. So okay, if I select this, or if I isolate this, there we go. 402 polys. How do we get out of isolation? End isolation. Cool, 402. So, FYI. Let's see if we can get this to fit nicely in the box. So I'm going to move this up such that that's there. I'm going to scale you. Well, before I scale you, let me move the pivot point to 0. Nice. Alright, now we can scale you just a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so go to the side. Perfect scales there. We need to scale you a little bit in the Z, but not too much. I don't like the picture behind here while I'm doing this. Here we go. Scale you just a little bit. Not scale and squash. I hate you, scale and squash. So always keep a lookout on that icon up there. Scale and uniform scale. Yeah, something like that looks good. Voila! La 3D! The magic is happening. Alright, that took me forever just to make a simple little sandcastle. But needed to be done. I need to get my 3D skills back to par. So that's what we're doing. What else do I have to do with this? Let's name it something. I think it's called the Mayan ruin. Is that what it is? Mayan pyramid? Let's go here. What does a Mayan pyramid look like? Mayan pyramid. Is that what this is? I think so. That's what I'm going to call it at least. Mayan pyramid. Mayan pyramid. I'm looking at this. We're off. We have one too many lips or something. Darn it, we're so close. Alright, let's fix it. I don't know why we have this whole like extra layer. This extra layer. Man. Alright. Let's go do this so I can go use the bathroom in a bit. I need to go. Come on, you're not gonna be nice to me? What if I loop you, go to you, and then I unselect you? Alright, so we have this. That's actually our lip. So I'm going to delete this guy. Oops. this guy, who's our other kind of lip. Let's grow that selection once. Delete. Man, alright, so there's our lip. Like I said, we need to make a border here, so let's do that. We got the border, we're going to cap it, so it's capped. Here's our lip. We're going to kind of just do the same thing. We're going to select it all. Let's go ahead and make this planar. Z. Let's make them all planar. I don't know what's going on here. Z, 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 Z. We're making it perfect. Z, 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 X? No, Z. Alright, now let's select this polygon. Let's, I think all we had to do is extrude it, is that right? Yeah. So that's good. Hit the check mark. We're going to grow our selection here. We're going to scale it a little bit on the Z, or a lot of bit on the Z, something like that. And move it up just a bit so it kind of matches all the other stairs. Something like that. Alright, that is it. That's why my pivot was all kind of weird too. Cool. Alright, I'm accepting that. Let's go ahead and put it back into unit box. I don't want it at the front view. Let's do the side view just so I can keep my sanity. Alright, let's get out of edit poly mode. Let's bring you down to the ground, like right about there. Let's edit the pivot, zero it out. Excellent. The scale looks fine. Might scale it back up in the X direction. Yeah, let's do that. Front, except side. Let's scale you up just a bit. Something like that's fine. I know I'm being silly, but I might just scale you. Just from the side, it looks kind of tall, right? This last one. Might just scale, put it down just a bit, like right there. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, but because I did that, I need to scale it once more. Let's get the right angle. Scale you up just a little more. That's perfect. Okay, okay. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm going crazy now. This is taking me way too long. So select it so you can orbit around it. What am I doing? It's in the box. It looks good. It's called Mayan Pyramid. Let's group it. Sandcastle 05. Affect the pivot point. Pivot point goes to 0. Rotation goes to 90. So this is up, this is forward, this is right left, which is right, because it's in the back. Undo that. I mean, not undo, but take off that. And save the scene. Export it to Unity as Sandcastle 05. And with that, I think we're calling it a day. So this thing's really smushed in half or something, as you can see. But I made it kind of tall, so we'll smush it back down. Go to Unity. We got our pyramid, we got our cylinder, and finally we have our Mayan pyramid. So look, that looks legit. I mean, that might be an actual 3D model. Like, these look like simple, like, blah blah, but that's a legit model. Anyway, I'd probably scale it down on the Y by like 0.75 or something, or maybe even 0.5. So that kind of looks better like the picture. But then if we really wanted to we'd have something like it's actually at 1 here and 2 the other places. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 2, 1, 2. And there we go. That is our Mayan pyramid in all its finite glory. Dun 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 dun. So that looks good. Unity, whatever Unity does, makes this lighting and everything look great, man. All right. So there we go. Our 3 basic sandcastle blocks for right now. We had a basic bucket, a sandcastle, a pyramid, and a Mayan pyramid. Mayan pyramid being a lot harder than the simple pyramid, but it's okay. Like, that looks good. I kind of want to up the resolution of this because that kind of looks blocky. This, I could even probably up the resolution of the bevel. So, just to match with the quality of that look. That looks good. Too high. Maybe 1.25. Yeah, that looks fine. I like it. Dun 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 dun. And compared to the player, that thing's huge, right? So if I hit play, get on top of the pyramid, player. Oh, you can walk through these things. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Has no physical properties. But he can live in the pyramid. You see? There he is. He's in the pyramid. Cool. Anyway, that's all I had for today. That was a long one, but it's totally worth it. Why is that block solid? Because default Unity objects are solid like that. Cool, so our sand game's taking shape. Oh, let's see it in first person. Nice. Oops. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that good in first person, but it's you know, like I say, it's kind of blocky, but that's okay. Okay. I'm cool with those 3 sandcastles for now. So that's what we added. Now we have that basic sandcastle and that one. Let's put our other ones on, just so we have a nice scene of all our sandcastles. There's a sandcastle. There's a sandcastle. And this is a wall. So yeah, those are our basic shapes. Goodbye, basic shapes and our cube. So nothing really in our Unity scene, but big changes outside of the Unity scene. So let's see, what have we done here? We got the simple bucket, we got the Mayan pyramid, we got the other pyramid. There's so many other sandcastles to design and do, and we can do them at another time. I just wanted this to be a graphical one, so that's what this was.